Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about a very important topic that I've been hearing more about recently, especially after the iOS 14 between contractors that I've been speaking with, is whether they should use a landing page for their ads or an on Facebook lead form. This is a very good question. So what we're going to do, we're going to compare the two, and I'll start with landing page. Okay. So first, some pros with a landing page is that it does generally produce higher quality leads. The reason being is that when people come onto here, first, it means they went out of Facebook. So they took the initiative to go on here and they're staying on here, you know? So they're looking, they get to see a little bit about your company. Again, this is just a template. So nothing is real here. But they get to see about it, testimonial, social proof, and then they submit it. So, if they submitted, they not only clicked and went on here, they stayed on here and they looked through it and they were convinced to an extent. Right? So it's a lot more quality leads. So I really like landing pages, especially before iOS 14. But now what has happened, one of the big cons now is that iOS 14 has caused a lot of tracking difficulties for tracking things that happen outside of Facebook. Landing pages being one of those areas. So it's a bit tougher to track now and get more accurate results, even though they do produce higher quality leads. Right, so there's a bit of a trade-off there. I do still use landing pages sometimes if the actual results show to be profitable and doing well. Now let's look at lead forms on Facebook, lead forms. So generally, the pros for these is that you get higher quantity of leads because people don't have to leave Facebook. They just go, they click on your ad, a pop-up comes for asking for the contact info, and generally I would advise to also have some qualification questions here. Not too many, but also not too little. And then you just get them straight from there. Now, the good thing about this is that, especially, again, after iOS 14, tracking is made difficult outside of Facebook. But this all stays within Facebook, which means you get more accurate data. You can optimize your campaigns better, and you can really count on the numbers you're seeing. Now, there are ways to kind of counteract the less qualified leads that usually this type of method would result in is, again, by adding these qualifying questions, and you can add an intro as well. So you really got to find the balance of how many questions for contacts, qualifications, and if you need an intro, all this different stuff, how much you need to do to get the right amount of quality versus quantity, right? So which one should you use? Generally, recently, I've been seeing good results with the lead forms. But now, as Facebook is working slowly on making improvements with the conversions API as well, and everything, landing pages might be making a comeback too. Again, I still do use landing pages where they show to be profitable and perform better. So I would say generally testing. If you want to be safer, you could do lead forms on Facebook. But if they're not turning out well for you, you should consider the landing page route. If you have any questions, let me know.